morning, good morning. Morning, Moses. Morning, Sheldon. Alright. Okay. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Oh, the birds just think I fucking. They're like, hey, come feed me again. Alright. Good morning. Oh, the birds are loud. Yeah, they're loud. They're no longer in the bathroom. They're out or like the porch door, like the back door. In the great big fish tank, 40-gallon fish tank with a lid to keep them safe. So, yeah, that's what I wake up to when they're hungry. You know? So, they just ate. They ate at 4:30 and at 6:30, so they're good. They didn't eat that much though. I figured they would eat more, but they went back to bed. No, I didn't start the worms yet. I'll start that soon. So right now it's just eggs and chicken, baby chicken food. The feathers are just starting to show through the skin. So they're not stressing me out as much as they were, which is nice. Because I think the stress came from like, all right, this is around the clock. How am I going to take care of you? I don't know how to take care of you. You know, things like that. I did find a sanctuary, a bird sanctuary that was willing to take them after we tried so many things. What I found out about the nest is if you put it exactly like where the hole is, they'll go to it. And my dad doesn't want a nest on the side of the house near the attic. And I don't blame him. And it's already been days without the mom. So I decided to keep them only because I was trying to weigh out like what's best for the birds. And I kept saying, well, a professional would obviously be best, right? But it's best to keep them in the same environment. A wren, which is a WREN type of bird, eats more insects, than they do like the average, robin, bird, blue jay, that type of stuff. So whenever there's a wren nest, that means the mom and dad have scoped out this area for a while. knowing that it has enough, snails, spiders, things like that. They're not dumb birds. They're actually highly intelligent. They're like in the top 3 next to crows and ravens. So her environment was not my environment, and that matters with that particular bird. So they'd be much better off learning from the other birds around here. They have a better chance of survival, believe it or not, if they were to stay in the same yard with all like the stuff they need to eat. So I'll just have to show them to peck on the ground. When they start hopping around, I'll bring them in the backyard. They can watch the other birds peck at the seeds. We have a lot of birds that they can learn from. I will make them little nestlings near the trees. I'll keep an eye on them. I'll keep them outside probably about 3 weeks and continue to feed them as they're fledglings and hop around. I weighed out the options, and because it's that particular bird, their survival rate is much better here because those birds are very intelligent, and they don't eat what all the other birds eat. So I had to consider that. And keep switching hands would stress the birds out. They worry about like human imprinting, but in all reality, it's like 50-50 research, guys. They also have a bond with their mother. You know what I mean? And then the mother flees the nest. The mother's only around for maybe 4 to 6 weeks. Same as me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it might recognize me and want a little more human food. But if I do it right and I bring them into the backyard, I put my man boots on, and they follow me around, and they see the other birds, I think they're going to pick up on it. And if this is good morning, the particular wren that I think it is, they don't migrate. Only 2 wrens stick around. There's like a lot of different types. But the Carolina wren does not migrate. And it's kind of new to this area. The house wren has been around for a long time. They migrate. The Carolina one has been around the last couple years, and I think that's what it is. So if worse comes to worse, and it didn't fly south, well, their instincts, they just fly south anyway. I'll just, feed them. I mean, I feed the squirrels, I feed the birds year round, more in the summer, but in the winter, we still leave out some stuff for the ones who peck at it. You know what I mean? So, and we have a lot of birds for them to learn from. And not to mention the amount of woodpeckers we have the perfect environment for a wren because they sleep in the burrows. They sleep in old holes from woodpeckers. So I kind of felt like I'd be doing them an injustice by giving them to a rehabilitation center. So I'm glad it took a few days for somebody to call me back. Well, the first one only took injured and they were full. But in all reality, with the more research I did, I am glad that it took a couple days before somebody's like, hey, I can take them. Because I feel like I would have did them an unjust. I feel like I'm going to keep burping. I feel like I would have did them an injustice by doing that. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a lot of work though. That's for sure. They did sleep from 10 o'clock at night until 4:30 in the morning. So that's good. And in all reality, I probably could have went back to bed. I was like, fuck it, I'll feed them. But I gotta stop being careful with the amount of food I also feed them. that I'm not overfeeding them at this point. They should only have like 3 to 5 at this age. So I will have some noisy birds for the next 6 weeks. Well, actually, maybe like 3. They'll be outside by July, for sure. Like in a bird cage for 2 or 3 weeks. Where they're fledglings. So that way the animals can't still attack them. Because raccoons, foxes that are in the neighborhood, you know? So I'll be playing Mama Bear again for the next 8 weeks. Making sure they have what they need. But I am going to start with like mealworms, things like that soon. And before I take them outside, I'll get like a patch of grass and start putting some feed inside of that grass so they can peck at it while they're hopping around in their enclosure, you know? It will be fun. It'll be a lot of work, but it will be fun. It'll be worth it. And honestly, they would have died in the attic, and the survival rate of fledglings is like 17% of them survive. So now the 3 of them have 90% odds of surviving. And once they can fly, the only predator they have around here is hawks. But if they're smart, they'll be okay. We don't have, we have gardener snakes. We do have water moccasins, but they don't come up here, knock on wood. You know what I mean? And they're like marshy little areas. So we really do have an ideal setup for them. I hope Spirit doesn't get any ideas with this being a little bird sanctuary, because I'm not having it. I did not want this responsibility, and I know that sounds awful, but they just give me anxiety. You know, I was just getting past my anxiety. So now I'm gonna be on edge for another fucking 8 weeks. Sounds great, guys. Sounds great. You guys can be on edge with me, but we get to watch them grow up, which is fun. I can do some videos for people in regards to like what people don't, because not too many people know how to raise that particular bird, because it's a normal bird, guys, but it's not a normal bird. It doesn't eat normal bird things. So it will be interesting. It shall be interesting. Yeah, something to work on. Yeah, that's true. When I heal, but there is no rest for the weary. I've got like 3 appointments a week. It's not rest. It's more work than I think people think. I think I'd rather be behind a desk or working. You know? Where did I come from? What do you mean, where did I come from? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Born in Minnesota. Raised in Mass. And came to New Hampshire when I was 10. So but now that I think about it, all my friends are in Mass. I didn't really make friends in New Hampshire. I did, but I didn't stay in contact with them because I even went to school in Mass because my dad was a teacher in Mass. Oh, here's the birds thinking I'm going to feed them. Kai's right there helping. I know. I miss Kai. I did have a a parrot, for those who don't know. But birds and a parrot are different. They're different, guys. Right now I'm feeding them, like, I'm trying to wean them off some, like, every 3 hours. So, parrot, you just give them food and leave it out. Little treats here and there, you know. Birds, they chirp and they just, you know. So, yeah. They're cute and all, but they're wild birds. Technically, it's illegal. What I'm doing is technically illegal. Unless I had a license, and I'm not about to get a bird license. I'm just not. So, yeah. But we do have an ideal bird sanctuary back there, I'm not going to lie to you. So, I feel like I made the right decision, and it was a very hard decision to make. I've been torn for 3 days. And I can't give up on them, like, you know. Their survival rate is, they really don't have a chance unless they have my backyard. So, and as soon as I mentioned the type of bird it was, they were like, oh, okay. You know, so it must be very hard for them to work with that type of bird. So, yeah, no, I'm not going to give up on them like that, but meaning like, oh, this is too much work. They just make me nervous. 17. They just make me nervous. Very nervous. And I accidentally picked one up this morning. It was stuck to the other one, and I looked at its little wing, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then I got my nails, you know, I'm like, oh my God. My poor little babies. Kids want to keep changing the name. But I just say peanut butter jelly. Because it's so easy when they're outside, peanut butter jelly, instead of like Tommy, Linda, Carol, or what, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So I'm kind of excited. I'm really hoping it's a Carolina wren versus a house wren, because then they'll just stay here for their lifetime, which can be up to 9 years. So, I think everybody's major thing is bird imprinting. And here's another thing. They already opened their eyes, and I've been feeding them with their eyes open. When they go to sanctuaries, they keep it very dark, and they reach into the cage with a glove and tweezers, and they wear like a hat, a mask, so the birds can't see them, so they don't have human imprinting, you know. But so I feel like I definitely would have just did them an injustice by sending them away now that they've seen my face for 2 days. They see my face, they get so excited. I'm like, oh my God, you guys really are adorable. They really are. They make me nervous, guys. I don't know. I can't explain it. They do give me anxiety. So, they are precious, though. We're going to We're going to have fun, especially when the fledglings, when we go outside and we watch them hop around. You know, they're going to be fun. All right. Let me see if they eat a little more breakfast so that way they sleep through the reading, because they didn't eat as much this morning as I thought they were gonna, because they didn't know it was daytime yet. So let me do that, and then we'll stop the reading as soon as the light goes on. I'll have to take a little video for you guys later. Just within 2 days, they have a lot more little feathers coming in. And it's like coming in like around their eyes, so it like sticks out. They're fucking adorable. They really are. But they make me nervous to the point like like if you drop food on them, they can get hypothermia. You know, so like they're a massive fucking responsibility, but they're adorable. And once they start getting a little older, I'll feel a little better. One is definitely like the runt, and I don't usually like, you wouldn't think birds it would be a runt. At least I wouldn't think so. But one is a little smaller, you know, and if the sisters and brothers like hobble on them, they can't get up, even if one little like wing is on them, you know. So like the mom bird can't really pick the baby up to lift the other one up. So like, you know, I think eventually that one might have got tossed out of the nest. I know some birds will do that by like their siblings if they can't fight for the food, you know. So yeah, they are the little hair around their eyes, guys. It's priceless. But and the little furry feathers are coming in with like the, you know how like the hair on her legs come in, that's just coming in, but then like it's all the other like little furry, looks like dandelion dust. They are adorable. So right. Thanks for encouraging me, guys. I need the encouragement. All right. I guess this is going to be us. I think that was us last time, too. You know, we're just morbid. Yeah, we just love our Pluto. We just know how to work with our Pluto. That's what it is. But yeah, I do appreciate the encouragement because they really are truly a lot of work. But boy, are they going to be fun to watch as fledglings, right? And Wrens, they actually prefer to be like 3 feet off the ground because they like tree stumps. So again, it's not like a normal bird. So I do feel like I'm doing the right thing. All right, the rest of June. I was going to do a full moon reading, but I know we've been doing June, but everybody doesn't relate to every video, right? So within this June reading, we're also dealing with the full moon and summer solstice. And I believe Saturn goes retro. So some things are going to start to get delivered. And I just got pulled to a read I did. Was it yesterday? For weekend read? One energy, where I was talking about like South Node, North Node. So maybe that was hinting at Saturn going retrograde, which we might start already feeling the effect of that anyway. And the full moon is in Capricorn. Full moon in Capricorn can be a doozy sometimes. So yeah. I'm going to try to pee. I feel like there's another message. So there must be another transit. Does anybody know? I hope it doesn't keep me like stuck. thought I was going to be able to pee and I didn't. It's not stuck. So I didn't know if that was the message. That is weird. Anybody know what other planets are transitioning by any chance? There must be like a transit. Like I almost want to like stop the read and come back to it after I look it up. So let me go to Cafe Astrology. It's very hard to do this on my phone. It doesn't let me into doesn't let me in by the day by day, which drives me fucking bananas. It will on the regular computer. Because when you're on your phone, you got to click on one thing and then click on another and then go all the way down and click on another. One thing, I love this free website, but I wish the table of contents was a little better. The navigation system was a little better. Like here, I have to go on Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter. You know what I mean? Like, it's not what I want. I wonder if it will tell me. See, it's not. This drives me fucking bananas. Okay. Well, full moon in Cappy, June to the second full moon in Cappy into July, Venus in Gemini, Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn goes retro soon, I know that. But I'm still being pulled to Mars and Pluto as well. So I'll have to look it up after and then come back. But there's definitely something, again, within this chart. See, within this chart, within this forecast. Almost the next 21 days. The full moon's on the 21st. Summer solstice is a big transit. Fall into winter is usually a little bigger, but spring into summer, like for us, like astrology for the earth, it's a little harder because everything sprouts and then things need to grow. So it's, I wouldn't say it's more pressure on Gaia, but like it is to push things out of the way for things to sprout. So like, I know it's very hard to explain. It sounds weird, but like going into fall to winter is easier for Earth because things just die off. You know what I mean? So I think it's easier for humans because, you know, the atmosphere, the wildlife, the greenery, you know, things like that, the weather. Mentally, we tend to do a little better. So there has to be a pretty big transit coming up, guys, because It's not keeping me stuck, but, and I don't think that's you guys' message. I think it might be a tough little transit for some, but it might not be tough as in like, everyone relates tough transit to being like a lot of work or sad, or you know what I mean? It's just a lot of like, I'm working with the birds. That's a lot of work, you know? It's stuff like that is, you know, and think like spring going into summer too. You got all these baby raccoons I just got pulled to, possums. Like there's a lot more going on in the summer for Gaia. You know, come the end of the summer, birds fly south. Like they start migrating. Like it's a lot more work vibrational wise, frequency wise, to make sure they get the right frequencies, the right sonars for the right animals. Like there's definitely something going on here. So it seems to be an easier transit for us. Once again, I know it feels like I'm repeating myself, but like it's much harder on Gaia, which throws the vibration off. And the full moon being in Cappy itself, it's a difficult transit. I'm hoping I survive through it. I have a Capricorn moon. So, you know, and then depending on what's, you know, going down in my chart and what I'm meant to work on, you know, it affects like 3 different houses. Which houses, I'm not positive, but it would be my personal chart. So there will be something there for me to tackle. Might not be my emotions necessarily just because it's the moon, right? But there will be something for me to tackle, whether it's finances, whether it's stability, whether, you know, I'm just hearing personality. So it might be harder on those who are actually Capricorn suns, which is strange. I already fed you guys. Go to bed. Go to bed. Did I just say something about 3? Or did 3 come through the other day? 3 little birds on my doorstep. I gotta take some Tylenol. The first time my dad said, "Do not bring the bird in the house," I'm like, he jinxed me. Because I was like, oh, hell no. I didn't want that responsibility. Capricorn is about responsibility, guys, now that I think about it. So you might be challenged. My back pain is in a really weird spot right now. Little robin bird sitting out here staring at me. What do you want, food? I know I haven't thrown squirrel food out. The fat squirrels out here. Oh my god. It literally just hopped to my voice in the window because I've been putting some squirrel food out front. And that's the chubby squirrel out there. So there's the robin. I know the screen's there. But the squirrel food has peanuts, corn, bird seeds, sunflower seeds. Oh, I thought the squirrel was going to come closer. So the video was nothing like too exciting. You kind of see the squirrel over there, and the robin is, can't really tell right there. So I think it gives them, the birds out front, it gives them the upper hand because all the other birds are really out back. So, all right. So again, it could be competitive energy. Capricorn's a 10th house too. And I'm thinking like it's also an even number, which is a 1. It's a 10, but reduces to 1 if you think about it. And the completions, working on things, outcomes. But, you know, I think this particular Capricorn might have to do with the responsibilities. What, like I'm hearing like acceptance, but not that. Appreciation. I'm seeing A's. So, I don't know if it's from this deck, but I think, you know, this main particular transit might be about situating certain responsibilities. So let's just do June, but I think these cards are going to have to do with the moon. Indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. Courage. Here's that purple. And I did have to work with my gut when it came to the birds too, guys, because blues and purples. Because mentally, I really didn't want the responsibility, and that, like, not the responsibility in the sense of like stuck in the house. And I know it sounds awful, but like the worry, you know, will they survive? Will they, you know? So I haven't quite pinpointed it yet. I'm getting pulled to. Wow, that's kind of wigging me out. So geometrical shapes, but this is more, it's not even a spiral. But I don't know about you guys, but like that's almost like hypnotizing. Like, ooh, like almost like trance-like. I think you're going to do good. I think you're going to find the balance here. I'm actually going to put this one more towards you so it doesn't throw me off in the read. Let's get one more. So it could be, again, the number 1 or the letter A. You do have 3 A's right there. There we go with another 3 again. Self-esteem. I pose gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. I heard like you're very encourageable. I'm telling you, like the reads I've been reading lately are definitely like feel like a lot of community work. So I don't know if you want to like, you know, if you want to give back, or maybe you don't want to. Maybe some people just give back in the sense of like donating, but something here is telling me like it's more about the time, the time you're giving, like a shelter, Girl Scouts, you know, when the kids were little, like, you know, help the assistant coaches with like softball or soccer and basketball. It's a lot of work. So we are talking about responsibility here. And I know it sounds like awful, like, oh, I don't want to do that. Or like, and I'm saying to you guys with the birds, like, I didn't want to take responsibility, but it's, and it sounds awful to say, but so to me, it's like there must be like a different type of responsibility here. And it can just make you nervous, like face the fear of confidence. Like you wouldn't think, like, cause my instincts, mama bear instincts kick in. Right. But like, there's something about it that's just like, it's a different vibe. So I don't know if people, I actually want one more here, which is strange because I don't know if people are going to start finding more animals to like take care of. Almost like people are being put in that position. And when I looked up the meaning of a run, it actually is spiritually, it's good luck. Especially when they come to your house, because your lands are vibing, the vibration, the frequency around your house is ideal. So that I do like that. It was a very good meaning. I've been telling you guys for weeks to look up messages. Relationships, I'm attracted to the people that serve my higher good. And ever since I started channeling and I'd close my eyes, I always saw animals. So, and if I think about it, like growing up, the 3 things I wanted to be was all animals: an oceanographer, a zoologist, or a marine biologist. So I can't even look at that. There's this woman I was watching. I know this message has come in before too, where they talk to animals, and there's only like they can hear the animals. A lot of mediums and certain things they can, but there's not too many that can actually like track them mentally. Like it's not there should be more people that have that ability is what I'm saying, and unfortunately there's not. So I don't know if that group is waking up. I'm not really sure. So I'm getting like a different responsibility. Like I could have actually gave the birds to this lady that I found. And could it be my mother's instincts where it's been 3 days and I'm a little attached to him? I don't know. But when I broke it down, what was best for them was staying here, and I had to do what was right. So, me morally. So there could be a placement with Libra that you're working with, because this is about hanging out with the right people, right situations. This intuition and indecisiveness. I'm not really sure what this is talking about yet. Balance. I bring a state of balance and harmony in the world. I do so without judgment. That one always throws me off because I don't really agree. Balance and balance. I believe people should be judged. It's a big misconception within the biblical world. Inner strength. I mean, it could be because I have a lot of Scorpio and I work with my Scorpio energy. And I'm here in Persephone. Courage, that's confidence, self-esteem, benefits others. That's, another confidence, but not really. It is, but it's not. Change, I understand that nothing can go on involved without movement. So these are little lessons too, right? So I just got pulled to my moon deck. So this transit is this moon really is playing a big role on you guys. Not that one. My other one, which I think is over here. It is. A lot of purples, blues, hues. Could just be the aura. I just got pulled to something there. Like that used to be all yellow that I was seeing, and now it's all the black and I'm seeing. I feel like I got pulled to a gas station or something. I did just get pulled to that one. Full moon in Gemini, the answers you need are coming. So you could be working with your Gemini energy. It depends on what you have in your chart. Like I also have 4 placements of Gemini and 4 placements of Taurus. My Scorpio is more prominent in regards to house placements and planets and aspects than my other ones. But I'm actually a Gemini Sun in Vedic. You are good enough, full moon in Virgo. That's kind of giving me that one. Don't let pride get in your way with Leo. Surrender with the divine full moon. So there's definitely a message here in regards to courage. Having the self-confidence. Like being shy, you know. Some people, I just got put like class Victorian. I mean, graduation has already happened, but like some people, like, they don't do good with giving speeches, you know. Her eyes are shut like this one is, but then open here. Because there could be ego again and pride here too. But it's not super strong. It's back and forth with the sun. House of Leo. I don't know if it's counteracting Virgo. Because the Gemini, I feel like it's kosher. So again, it's something planetary. It's not just people's personal charts. Like whatever this is with the full moon, it affects everybody. And I just heard nature. So when nature's affected, the frequency around us, the vibration is affected. So let's get to your energy. This is for my spirituals. It can go either way, but this is the deck it wanted me to use. So I don't know if it's like black and white, or if somebody thinks you're like, I did say morbid at first, so I don't know. And here we go with death, which is Capricorn, Scorpio. It's really death, but I've been saying Capricorn and Scorpio since I started reading because that's how they wanted me to read it. I don't know if somebody thinks you're morbid or if you're into like mortality, like well, that's different, but like this is that Scorpio energy, that transformation. Transmuting energy. That's more Scorpio. So I don't know if you're battling. Capricorn and Scorpio are battling each other right now. Just heard about battle of the sexes. So what amazing race. I'm getting the amazing race because it looks like he's running onto like the chessboard or checkers or like Alice in Wonderland type vibes. I'm not really quite sure how to end. I'm looking more at the depiction for some reason. Strength. So this is a big transit. You already have the death card and the strength. Like this tells me like the planets are in control. When there's more major arcana out or it comes out first like that, it's not necessarily always out of your hands, but it's not something you can run from either. It's something that's going to need to be dealt with. Having the courage, the strength. Some of you, your whole life is changing. which the deck felt heavy, like a double vision or sparkles in my eye. This is a big transit for us, guys. Because life can change overnight, suddenly. But like, this would be energies that you've already been working with for a couple months. So it's like, if you're running from something or you just can't be bothered, it's almost like it has to be confronted regardless. Whenever there's like a certain noise, the chicklins go crazy. They're going to have to adjust. That's why they're like, put them in a dark room. It's like, no, their eyes are open. Like, I'm taking them outside every day too. Like, just seems inhumane. So I don't know if there's something inhumane happening, or like maybe somebody's not too friendly to animals. At that point, why the fuck have them? But they gotta get used to noise, human noise. They say it's not good for humanoids. Why is it not? Because they just don't want birds interacting with humans, right? Which is fucking silly. They're here for us. They were put on this planet for us to admire, not to trap, obviously, but admire. Talk to, work with, feed, be kind, right? So I get why the law is put in place. But there should be like people who beat like dogs and other things. Like, they should be going to jail even fucking longer. But yet, we help an injured bird. It's a fucking felony. So ass backwards. So there's definitely something here with animals. And not just me with the birds in like that sense. Like, the energy of the birds are definitely messages for you too. Like, I don't think it's a coincidence that this is happening to all of us. Like, you guys are in my life, I'm in your life. Birds are going to be in here for a few weeks. At least probably until the middle of July. They leave the nest. Yeah, so here we go again. They leave the nest, and I've been talking to weeks and weeks. I've been telling you about birds and messengers. And they're birds too, so the voices are starting to change. So it's a projected energy. Like, when you hear their pitch, it's probably really good for us. You know what I mean? It could give you a little anxiety. Eventually, it might ground you. It could be one of those things where people pop on and it's like, oh, those birds are annoying. Well, that could be like karma. That could be like projected to somebody else. You know what I mean? In the sense of like somebody who's not too kind to animals, or don't really like. So I don't know what's with the animals, but for the last couple of weeks, I've been stressing the birds and messengers, and sure as shit, now I have fucking three birds. So their chirps, their frequency is being transmitted. Like, it's like it's any other frequency. You know what I mean? Like, so I think for us, it's a good thing, how other people would get annoyed by the noise, you know what I mean, and click off. There's a reason for that as well. But I think they're big messengers right now, in the sense of how the pitch is affecting us. And I guess I really didn't realize until right now, like, that whole bird message for weeks. And I don't think it's just me. I think there's going to be all sorts of birds, really making it noticeable. Like, all of a sudden I have the catbirds that follow me around the yard. Like, what did spirit turn me into a fucking bird lady here, guys? Like, what the fuck? I know my spirit animal is a dove. So I do not want a bird sanctuary. Thank you, spirit, though. Thank you, though. Love you, but don't. Please, no. But here I am. More people need to help. I wouldn't just. Okay. Let's not even go there. Why they have to give me ones that shit all the time? So again, like there is something major, life-changing. And again, it might not be noticeable overnight. Maybe it's something we've been all transitioning in for months now. But I'm getting like, oh, I got shit all the time. Shit. It's also like I'm getting a cleanse too. Like, so I'm not really sure where to go with that. I think somebody's trying to run here from something, and it's like you can't run from it. And I am getting something with the womb, actually, believe it or not. Four cups. I just had 40 something of you watching. Now there's 26. It keeps going down. Like people aren't liking the messages or the way things are being delivered right now. I don't know what to tell you. I'm totally fine with it. People can sense like stress and you know what I mean? So like, I mean, I can with other readers too, and I typically click off. So the birds can be stressing them out. I don't know. I mean, they were stressing me out. They're just starting to calm me, but I think I had to make the final decision, you know, and I think that's why I feel some of it subsided. But I definitely think these birds were meant to be with all of us right now. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. Because you know how they say, like, you really shouldn't feed the squirrels and the birds too much. You know what I mean? You don't want them to become codependent. It's that imprinting. But, like, I don't know. There's like, something there. Like, they don't necessarily need us. But, like, it's okay to, like, feed them. You know, you shouldn't feed deer, things like that. But, like, if they're not in the cage and they're not being locked, like, technically, it is what it is, you know? I think the animals really, I think they need us. I think people just don't, I think people want to run from this energy right now for some reason. Like they clearly don't want to do some shadow work. So energies are definitely being transmitted and projected through this video. It's almost like, you know, people remote Reiki. It's kind of like remote Saturn. Here you go. And I don't want to do it too loud because of the birds, but I didn't even read the Four of Cups yet. That's telling me it doesn't need to be read. But this is also telling me I think people feel like they don't want to be read. There might be a thin veil going on here. It's making people feel vulnerable, but I think this is another opportunity that's rolling around for you to change something. Like you wouldn't think like the birds being in my life would be changing, but maybe they are. Maybe I needed to. Maybe that mama bear is always there, but spirit must have knew that they needed nurturing and I was the one to do it, and vice versa. Maybe I needed the nurturing, you know. Maybe that's why I'm so apprehensive, you know. And that's personal shit not too many people would talk about. Like, but in all reality, if I am closed off like that, you know, maybe this is exactly what I needed. I'm getting like some like organs here. That looks like a lily pad. And I just got pulled to the nestlings. But like organs, that look like bee eyes. Maybe there's going to be a lot of bees around you. That's a good sign though. Like that means you have a high frequency. It's the two of hearts, two of spades, but it's the two of pentacles. A web, something with a beetle. Looks like there's a deer. This almost looks like there's a deer right here. Sideways deer. That looks like bug eyes. That actually looks like a beetle. That looks like a lily pad. That looks like an organ. I don't know what. Like an embryo? Like a sac, some type of sac. And believe it or not, when I was watching a lot of things about the birds, the poop, right? It's almost like a sack. Like you can actually like grab it with a tissue and it doesn't stick to the paper towels. But the mom birds actually ate it. And I was like, oh dear Lord, fucking gross. But there must be like a lot of nutrients. Like it's almost like our breast milk or something. Which would make sense because how else would the birds stay clean if, you know? And I guess I never really knew that. So this is clearly about birds, but it's deeper. It's, you know what I mean? It's not just like birds. It's deep. Like there must be some type of nutrients in it, as gross as it fucking sounds. But it is strange. It is like a sack. Like you can pick it up. It does. You kind of have to like pop it. It's almost like a sack around an egg. You know, like when you're peeling an egg. And you got to get that film off of it or the egg will be gross. It'd be tough. So I don't know, something about mucus. I don't know what this is. This is a strange message. I don't know what is going on here. And I just said to you, why'd they have to give me an animal that shits so much? And 3 on top of it, 3. Before the birds came into my life, I kept saying, like days before, like there's something about 3. 3 of hearts, maybe something sad. I don't know, and I really wanted to keep the birds here too because the odds of them reuniting with their parents are slim. But it will have to find a mate, so I hope more fly in next year because again, the Carolina ones are here to stay. They just started staying. So I feel like there's something happening with you guys. Like there's a transformation like I don't even think like maybe we can even comprehend. I don't think it's like an obvious transformation. And I think the message of the birds, the depth goes much deeper than you think. And I wouldn't say like with DNA, but maybe something like, and I just said to you, like, these ones eat like insects. But I'm getting pulled to like a ladybug, but like spider eyes or like fly eyes. But I am getting pulled to like an embryo. So it's almost like having an opportunity to work with this energy. I guarantee you, I have a funny feeling for those who are watching, you're going to start noticing more birds or injured things that you might take care of. I'm not really sure, but I'm not really sure on what it will be, but it will be something. It could just be nurturing yourself, but I do think it's going to be another person, a child, an animal. I'm surprised the Empress hasn't been coming out lately, because I think there's a lot more depth behind it, and it's I'm getting pulled to, again, more Persephone than the Empress energy. LG, we did talk about the coral cleanse, so I'm not. There is going to be an opportunity where you're like, that's like finding that balance. And it could be like, don't judge yourself in the sense of like being too hard on yourself, because that can lower your self-esteem. And it's, now that I think about it, like, they are my responsibility, but it does affect everybody in this house, the kids, you know what I mean? The noises, like, yeah. So Kaden came into the bathroom and asked for help the other day, and he's like, oh my God, those freaks. And I'm like, don't call them that, but like, they bugged him out in the sense of like, almost like alien like, or like no fur, like he was very squeamish, but like, I just saw like a ghost there, but like a mask, and then it has like the, I hate to say it, like the KKK, but not like, but then it's like going out that way, so it could even be like a bull. I didn't even see that earlier. Could be a dog too, a little Scotty. So I don't know if there's prejudice here. Like, I don't, like, because when Kaden called them freaks, I'm like, I can't believe you said that. Like, and I said, get out, and I shut the door. He's like, what? I'm like, just get out. So I don't know if you need to stick up for your kids, if there's going to be some bullying. Like, you'd think this would be an obvious card, like, obvious reading, like death, strength, 4 of cups, 2 of pentacles. But, like, it's so much more than any of this. A lot of things are going to be giving birth. It already started, but, like, bees, insects, like, their cycle is coming in. Birds are going to be laying, they're not really laying eggs right now, taking care of their offspring. But soon, early July, they'll be doing it again. I'm getting buttons. I know there's buttons there. Coraline. Lonnie loves that movie. She literally has the button tattoo. Something else with it, but buttons. Maybe she just has the button. That might be something about a button. And the green grass grows all around, and the green grass grows all around. I'm getting pulled to Buffalo. Queen of Spears, Queen of Pentacles, nurturing. Optimistic, meditative here. I'm getting pulled to like tree spirits. There's going to be an opportunity where you're just going to be like, I'm telling you, it's just an environmental. I wouldn't say it like that, but like there's going to be an opportunity with like wildlife or trees or, planting gardens, or it's going to be something where it's going to be a challenge. Like, our birds, and I can say our birds because they're our birds. It's Mother Earth's birds. It's our birds, the community birds. You know what I mean? Like, our birds are a challenge. Like, you have to look at it that way too. Like, so this challenge, like, whatever, like, you're going to be taking on, you would look at more like a job or a person or karma more as challenge, you know. But like, this has to do with outdoors, Mother Nature, trees, our birds. It's very transformative energy. You might need to advocate. What is that noise? Felt like something was vibrating over here. All right, babies, go to bed. Go to bed. Getting pulled to bees, a beehive. Maybe you're gonna build a beehive this year. I don't know. I mean, I can see like a beehive in my backyard. Honeybees, they don't sting though. You know what I mean? So this is definitely like a nature read for us. Like, it's, you know, when I was raking, and I know it might sound silly, in the beginning of the season, like, there was leaves that haven't been raked way back there in years, and I made sure to rake around the trunks of the trees when I could have just left it be because it was a lot of work. But I was like, there you guys go, like, you can breathe again, like, you know, like the leaves, there was so much soft leaves and buildup and like, almost like it hasn't seen the sun in years. And I literally said, like, there you go, guys, like, you can breathe again. So you might just want to sit near a tree trunk with the roots. I mean, it's very transformative energy. Like, if a bird shits on you, you know, they say it's good luck. Like, I really think, like, it's good luck. Like, there's a message here. And there's a strong message with that embryo. So you could be healing yourself just by sitting by a tree. They do say it's healing, but I actually think you're healing. Like, you're healing the tree. So if you have trees in the backyard, like, rake around the trees. I mean, rake around the trunks. I mean, you could be nurturing parents, children. You could be in the health field, you know, but I think this is more. And if you are in the health field, you know, make sure you spend some time in nature too, because it's needed. And I just noticed you had the hangman at the bottom of the deck. So you could be sacrificing your time, like, in a good way. Like, the responsibility I just took on is a major sacrifice. I'm going to have them for like 4 weeks. That's not, 8 weeks probably. Like, I can't just like up and go somewhere, or, you know what I mean? Like, I have a concert next weekend, and I asked my sister to babysit. She's like, okay. But like, it's a lot. It's a lot of work. And then come when I go camping for July weekend, like, if I go, like, they're going to be fledglings then. I can't just put them in a box and bring them to babysitters. So it's, but I'm okay with that. So you are going to be experiencing something. And again, it can be like, you might be being asked to sacrifice your time to help. But again, like, if it's help like human contact, definitely try to get outside. It's going to revive you. I do feel like it's like the strength is like almost like the rise of a phoenix. I mean, I expected them to sleep for the next couple hours, not to be awake like this. Like yesterday, they were in the box like for 2 days and then overnight because I was hoping the mother came back, and the lady's like, you're giving birds too much credit, as if she was calling them dumb. But I will bring them out every day, but I'm going to sit and watch them because there's too many predators. Now that I know the parents, now that I know I'm the parent, I'm seeing like a horse there. So maybe, and I don't know, I can't stress enough, like there's, like Gaia is going to need your help, and you could be just being asked to help, but it might not be animals either too. It could be like picking up cans, like somebody litters. Like I said to Caden the other day, like fucking litter bugs. I was going to get them at school, and somebody threw out their drink in McDonald's bag, and I'm like, I wanted to go, like, I didn't go as far as a fucking scumbag, but like, it's pretty fucking shitty. Like, you care that much about your car, but not fucking the earth. Like, you ignorant motherfucker, whoever you are, Like, Mia threw gum out the other day and out the window. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, it's just gum. I'm like, no, birds choke on gum, and not to mention in the summer, like, when it sticks to a tire, you're not getting it off. It sucks. It's awful. You're definitely going to be asked to weigh out the options when it comes to something that is going to come down to responsibility. I don't think you're going to run from it, but I think it's going to be a challenge to find a situation here. And we have changed self-esteem. We have relationships. I'm trying to give you like a normal read, but I can't. There's nothing like, but this is normal, but like, it's not like what you would typically expect from a reading, but that's okay. Like, I think these readings are good and beneficial. Whatever's going on with you, say it even has to do with the person that you were dealing with months ago. You're not the same person. The Tower with the Death card. God damn. There's that Scorpio vibe, but like, this is like a finality. I need a couple more cards, and I'm not going to really like what I'm reading, but Saturn is whipping up fucking storms, apparently. And it's funny, like when I talked about this deck and like something morbid, or and I'm like, it's probably we just know how to work with our Scorpio energy. I mean, you are working with your Scorpio energy, that is for sure. And you don't even have a choice. You can bypass the challenge when this approaches you, but you can't escape it. And I think you're going to make the right choice, and it's going to make you very happy. To me, you're obviously in these readings in here too, right? Obviously, but like, I think that's more like the matrix, the energy around you at the same time as well. The strength is the Wheel of Fortune. Again, Saturn, karma. Major arcana on top of major arcana, and then the devil. It could be fear, but it could be addiction. But fear, you're not going to be able to nurture something. Fear of animals, needing to confront your fears. Some people have phobias, like I think my sister's going to have a hard time with the birds, but she offered to do it. But I think it's probably going to wig her out a little bit too. I'm a mother, so I find it like nurturing, like when the beak goes around my finger and it's kind of like sucking on a bottle. It's, you know what I mean? Like, this is some major fucking energy, guys. This is not like, I don't know if you can feel the weight of this. I think you can, like this, but it's a beautiful thing. Like it's not a bad thing. I cannot believe the birds are being that loud right now. But I think it's because they hear my voice. But I can't go to them every time. They're going to stop trying to play me now until they figure it out. You know what I mean? Like every time I walk by or make a noise, they're not going to get fed. It's just like a toddler, a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old. Like, you know what I mean? Ooh, I literally just saw that tick, like pulse, like a clock would, even though it's a compass. And those are hourglasses. Oh, that could just be regular chalices. Yeah, they are. Whatever this is, you cannot escape this energy. And the Queen of Cups right there. Like almost like, I can use me as an example, and I don't know if that's the case, but like maybe I needed to be more nurturing, like I can, it's very easy to play mama bear, but to like actually take care of the young again is a whole different experience. And you do have the Queen of Cups there. And again, it could be something karmic for me in the sense of like maybe my heart chakra is closed, maybe I'm jaded, maybe, you know what I mean? And it's like these babies are going to bring that out of me again. And I think us too, not just me. So again, you might be put in a situation, not necessarily like the death in the tower here, but like with strength in the wheel, kind of like with the Two of Pentacles, like, do I want to nurture it? Do I not? I do have an opportunity. Bring them to a sanctuary. I'm just giving you like examples, you know what I mean? But this is something that's going to come around again. Like you have a chance to do something again, or you feel like you missed an opportunity and, maybe you needed this read and something's going to come in for you to nurture. Like, so there's something about your energy that maybe needed to be tempered or nurtured, as if like temperance was here. Because this is, there's something like what Gaia, embryos, sacs, like there could be a national forest fire again. I hope not, but there could be. There's something with a flood. And I was saying, like, Texas, before they got the rain, like, a lot of birds were coming down here. So you can't escape whatever this is, though. Like, that's a lot. Like, it's going down. And the 5 of stones with the 4 of cups. Some of you could lose your job. This is about being more optimistic, though. Like, this is the 5 of Pentacles, and, like, the whole, like, yeah, it's raining, but, like, still have fun. Like, this is like puddle jumping. You know, I used to take my kids out in the rain when it was really nice out, and the sun would come out, and it was still raining. I was like, let's go puddle jump and put your boots on. We've camped in the rain plenty of times and made the best of it. They had ponchos on. I would just change them when it was said and done, and they had a fucking blast. This is definitely a loss of something, and it's like you can't get back. And I feel like I'm separating this tower, though. Like, that's some heavy ass fucking energy. I don't know what that is or where it's necessarily coming from. 6 blades. You could be bored or lonely. I don't know. I don't think so. Like, I feel like this might be somebody else's energy around you. But I didn't even read theirs yet. So, like, it's like you're never really alone, though, you know? Just continue to be optimistic. There is something coming back around. And some of you with this death in the tower, it's like, whoa, but it might be very subtle. Like, it's 2 of Hearts. I keep getting 2 of Hearts. Could be twins. Dealing with the King of Swords with this King of Spears. Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. You might turn your back to someone. I don't know. 7 of Cups. But this is about having opportunities. This did remind me of like a Christmas ornament here. Seven of Stones, you have 2 7s. This is what you're going to invest in. So again, some of you, this could be work. All right, babies, what is going on? What is going on? Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What is it? like where like where you invest your time is going to shift. I do feel like there is going to be another opportunity. You might not want it. To me, it looks like you do want it, or you did want it. I don't know what happened. I do feel like you're going to be torn here, though. You got shine and spiritual awakening. I didn't even look at that as an awakening, but that is like a big awakening. That's not like a little one. Like, this is actually going to be obvious after I just said to you, like, it might be subtle. But like, this is like, you're going to love what comes next for you. There's going to be opportunities. Maybe you thought the ship just sailed, but like maybe one did, but here comes 3 more. You know what I mean? So, yeah, abundance. It's happiness. You could be dealing with a breakup, or someone you thought was going to come into your life and didn't. Like, I don't know exactly what it's going to be for everybody. I had to fix the blanket behind me. I guess not. It fell on the floor, so I guess Spirit took care of that. So Spirit is taking care of something. Might not feel like it, but they are. All right, let's see. Ooh, there's the bell. We haven't heard the bell in a while. You're going to like this transition. It might be a little difficult, but, you know, if you manage your time properly, I think, because that awakening's like coming, but like it's almost like it's already here. If you manage your time properly, you'll be okay. Like, there's definitely going to be multiple opportunities for things that feels good. Feels good. King of Wands. You could be very healing too to others. You have the moon. So they're working with that moon cycle. That could be their sun sign. They could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. They also have the 2 of Pentacles along with the 7 of Pentacles. Something with circles. They got a lot of circles in that read. 10 of Swords. Jeez. That's a whole lot of energy. And happy Father's Day. All the dads out there tomorrow. 8 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I almost wanted to connect the energy. This energy is clearly going through a lot. It could be a masculine energy around you. Kind of dark and mysterious. I'm kind of getting Scorpio vibes, but in the sense of like, I don't think they're working with the Scorpio vibe. They're more like 10 of Swords. It's almost like somebody who doesn't want to heal either. It's like they just turn their back to it. They turn their back to emotions, healings. I don't know if they're like, they don't have the courage to face someone or themselves, like needing to find this balance. So that could be a big message for you guys, the 2 of you, the energy around you. It's finding some type of balance here. know if they're turning their back to this energy or it's something that already happened. They could be hiding their feelings. There's something with their finances here. I got the King of Cups with the King of Wands, so it is kind of like an emotional decision. Three of Swords, yeah. That must be that Three of Hearts that I was getting with the Two of Cups here. Oh, it's not even the Two of Cups. So this is somebody you know. But it's the Two of Pentacles. Like really hurt, sad. They could have got betrayed. They feel betrayed. I don't know if this is someone who betrayed you and they're sitting in this energy, or if they feel betrayed. Like, I don't know if this is like what goes around comes around. Ace of Wands with this Two of Pentacles. So it's almost like having the opportunity to go after something. With the Six of Pentacles, it's almost like giving back. So they have to decide. This energy is deciding where they're going to invest their energy. And you had that up here. So there is Two of Swords. That is like being like indecisive. And it could be about a relationship because I said the Two of Cups versus the Two of Pentacles. So they could have just been ending a relationship. To me, this is something that's already over because you're hanging on to that and you got the Lovers. Yeah, so they could have got betrayed, or they betrayed you, or somebody else betrayed them. You know, it's emotional, it's sad. They're really in that energy. I do feel like this energy is turning their back from healing when they can. It's almost like choosing not to, but again, they can. So it's almost like there's a light here at the end of the tunnel. It's something somebody clearly had to experience, but they're sitting with this Two of Pentacles. But so are you. So I think you might be dealing with this energy in June and figuring out, do you want to even invest in this energy if it comes towards you? Yeah, see, there's that acceptance, those A's in the beginning of the read. And I did just get pulled to this for them. So it is the matrix energy around you. I just did this, like it's weird. Could be sexually attracted to you. Somebody could have cheated on somebody here. But this is about giving back and investing the right type of energy. But like, I don't know if this energy feels like if they come towards you, they're betraying somebody else. You know, I don't know if this is them being like, I know I hurt them. I think this is them hurting though, because it's kind of like consequences of what they did and they need to accept the choices they made. You know, but it's not too late to change your life around this energy. You know what I mean? Like, this energy can have so much more, but this energy is kind of wallowing. I would say like even depressed, you know? And you might be choosing between whether or not you want to talk to somebody and somebody else. This could be somebody who was in your life a while ago, and now there's going to be maybe a new person in your life. Could be dating with this Queen of Pentacles. But again, yeah, there can be something successful here. So this energy is just, again, wallowing. They need to make the choice to see something different, and Source is definitely getting involved here with relationship healing. So this could be somebody, you might become friends with them. It could be a friend opposite sex. I'm not sure. It's something that they can successfully move forward or approach you. I don't know if they will, because mind you, that they're still sitting in this energy as of right now. So it's kind of like a challenge. So again, this is the energy around you. I wanted to get more into you, not really more into them, if that makes sense. And that's not me being like an asshole. It's just, there's no need to focus on another energy if they're not in your life. If they are in your life, you can work on it. Let's get the messages for you guys. I just heard daily messages, so I don't know if eventually you hear from them on a daily basis or your daily messages. I'm not really sure. Messages, please. Seven of Earth. So this is really about, you both have the Seven of Earth. Like where are you going to invest your time? There's that Five of Earth. This is like, you can choose to act like your life is just miserable and you don't want to live anymore, and you're exhausted. But you can find the beauty in something destructive too. You can always rebuild. It's like going into an abandoned building or something, but there's the tree of life, so it's maybe somebody feels left out. This is like energy when somebody ghosts you or crickets or, maybe somebody feels obligated. Oh, yesterday, guys, I came live and it cut out and I didn't want to like repeat myself. I was very frustrated with the whole like dumb ways to die. I came back on live and then it cut out, but the energy that I was talking about was energy of somebody feeling obligated to something. And say it's an ex-wife, ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, girlfriend, if you had kids or responsibilities, you guys have a business or real estate or whatever the case may be, right? A family member. There's energy this weekend also coming in of like obligation, like somebody that feels obligated to a situation, but it's also like feeling stuck. It's like compatible. Like it's like, say an ex wants to hang out and you're bored, so you're just like, fine, fuck it. Or they're bored and they're coming towards you. You know what I mean? Because they're lonely or whatnot. It's something that's very codependent, and then the other energy is just like, yeah, okay, but it's why you're hanging out with people who you're not even compatible with because you feel obligated. So that energy was out there. And then, dumb ways to die. I remember I was explaining to me and Marsh were at the beach last Sunday. The people burying their kids straight down, so it's just their head. They weren't even laying flat, and it's just the head. I mean, I'm talking like a 6-foot hole. And me and Marsh were like, that's so stupid. Like we couldn't even watch. And a couple years ago at the same location, 2 kids died because it created a sinkhole because they dug too far down. And I almost were like, do we tell them the story? But we're like, no, we just kind of was like, you know what, we'll leave it be. But like, it was very irresponsible. I know it's fun and they were taking pictures and I get it, but it just wasn't smart. Dumb ways to die. And then Mia called me last night. She couldn't even get into the house at Dennis's house because the neighbor got in a fight with somebody and the cops are out, and they made them go like 3 houses down behind the house, and there was cops everywhere. The rifles were out. And it's just somebody drew out a gun. You know what I mean? So it's just ridiculous, So I feel like this energy, the fact that it came back in, it's not necessarily a dumb way to die, but it is, I don't know, like, it's about like obligation, you know? It's where somebody is investing their energy, and it's, you know, somebody is just like physically fucking exhausted here. Like, this is like almost like the Five of Swords, but it's not. It's the Five of Earth, you know? It's like needing to kind of stop investing in stop investing in something that doesn't bring you happiness, you know? You got the King of Air. This energy was up there as well. So it's like being very busy, like the cat's looking at the bird, but this one's busy over here, very distracted. Somebody could be distracting themselves because they don't want to feel this way. But I feel like people are being put in a situation that the universe purposely destroyed, separated you, you know, your job, something. Because there's other things to focus on, but there's the energy here is like not really focusing. You got the Two of Wands, but this is needing to focus. There's a lot of daydreaming here too, when something can actually come reality. But this is, you know, both of you guys' message. It's important to invest in things that bring you, put a smile on your face, you know. Page of Earth, start something, do something, work on something, research something. Very logical energy here with a little bit of fantasy, with a lot of exhaustion. Could be some childhood trauma here. I'm getting pulled to Peter Rabbit. Didn't Peter Rabbit get lost? So somebody here feels lost, but all they got to do is go in a new direction. Put the effort in, nurture something. There's a bird. You know, so the choice, you know, seems to be, I want to say you guys as in you guys alone, so you might be mending something. But yeah, you got the Seven of Air here too. Again, 2 sevens. And before I started this video, it was 1717 with sevens too. So it's like you need to lay something to rest here, like honestly, and move forward. Could be dealing with an Aquarius right there. I see the symbol. Looked like my phone opened right there. I don't know if people are like hallucinating. I don't know what this is, but not to like drug hallucination, but this is like self-sabotaging and like it's also like learning, but like got the 9 of Fire, anxiety, stress. Again, a family situation can be over, but there's that compass again. That compass was up here somewhere. And I felt like it was ticking. And you got the Death card here too. So it's your choice. You know, it's that other deck. I'm getting free will here. You know, it's giving somebody anxiety, this energy that, you know, to me, this is like you guys' messages. So if you're feeling anxiety, that you're feeling left out, you're feeling sad, you know, is all about investment. Like, be smart, because there's too much logical here. It's like turning your back. Even the cat's trying to get their attention. Like, come on, like it's time to move forward, focus on something else, put your effort into something else, work on something else. They could have a cat. But it's like, hello, cat's even trying to get their attention, you know? So there's too much logical air here. too much logical mind when they're, all you got to do is, make the right decisions. Another bird right there in the window. So I feel like this energy is getting messages too, and they might just be ignoring them. I'm not sure. And there's a life purpose here. So it's like, come on, time to get on with your path, healing. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're definitely experiencing something here. And this is just additional messages. So again, it seems to have a lot to do with the other energy, but you would be linked to this energy around you too. This could be your life purpose. And then you have forgiveness. So somebody wants forgiveness and a new beginning, but it's like that approach isn't here yet. Their approach is too logical. Like, there's no such thing as perfection. I came across something the other day, like the Chinese something. I sent it to myself so I could actually play it for you.
Here are the 6 Japanese techniques to overcome laziness. Number 1, Ikigai. Discover your purpose in life. Find something that makes you want to wake up each day because your purpose fuels you. Number 2, Kaizen. Focus on small improvements each day instead of trying to do everything at once. Number 3, the Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes without distractions. Take a break for 5 minutes and then repeat. It's a great way to get more done in less time. Number 4, Hara Hachibu. Don't stuff yourself with food. When you're 80% full, stop eating. This will increase your energy. Number 5, Shoshin. Approach every task like a beginner, with the same curiosity as if you were doing it for the first time. Number 6, Wabi-sabi. Embrace imperfection instead of stressing over every little detail. Taking action is better than waiting for perfection, because it is often unattainable.
And that's where it just pulled me. So there was a reason I sent that to myself the other day, because that's kind of like what's going on here. Like, there is an energy that needs to shift here, and it's could be all your energy, but it seems to be probably you and somebody else. But it's definitely time to invest in other things that make you happy. So there is an energy here that probably feels really stuck in a situation, or obligated, but where somebody was investing and kind of still is not healthy for them. It's not fun. It's not, it's, they have dreams, or you have dreams, and it's go after them. Like, dreams could be talking to them too. Like, yeah, this energy needs peace in their life, and the only way to have that type of peace is to move forward. So let's see what this page of Earth is. Again, like, it's time to work on something else. Mother Earth, and then joy popped out too, in a new beginning. You got to work on that shadow. So there is opportunities to move forward. Reach out. Source did separate you and somebody else, them and somebody else. Like, what this was definitely orchestrated. Especially if you have a life purpose, and if this has to do with another person, I think majority it's just you. But if it does have to do with another person, it's not just a relationship. There's something there. You'd be building a business. You'd be building a community. You'd be working with a community. You'd be, the council on the church, like whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's time for this. And I think with this shift, like I said, with Mother Earth going into that summer solstice too, is going to make this transition a little easy. But this is not easy. It's not an easy transition. It's not an easy transition for you either, or for them. And if this is just you, this is you leaving an energy behind that you were invested in. It just didn't work, and the energy is just lingering because you did invest a lot of time in something, but you also were betrayed, and it is just time to stop thinking about it and move forward in your life and, find peace. Don't feel obligated. You know, like it's a heavy burden, like the birds at first. I'm like, that's a lot of responsibility, you know, and I kind of feel obligated, you know, like I would be doing them an injustice by sending them away, but it's more than that. Like, it's deeper than that, you know. There's a reason why they came into my life. I did not think for 1 second, like, oh, I can keep the birds and this is gonna be fun. Like, no, not at all. Not at all. I didn't ask for it, but you know, here it is. They're now my responsibility. And I will find something beautiful out of it. It will be rewarding. It will, you know what I mean? I'm sure they will bring joy into my life. So there is some type of like force here, you know? So it could be an energy coming towards you, or it's just an energy of you needing to look at something differently. And then again, if, you know, there was an energy of a person lingering, you know, that hopefully it will subside. And sometimes, you know, other people come into other people's lives to move people forward. I notice in my life, I do kind of get stuck with that type of energy, and then somebody comes in and everything shifts. You know, maybe this time for me, it wasn't a person, it's the animals. Because whatever they're going to do for my soul is a lot more important than what a person would do for my soul, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? You definitely got to look at something differently here in order to succeed, in order to like get through this transit. And there could be a lot of things going on. You know, I could have somebody come into my life too, multiple people, one person. I'm dealing with the birds at the same time. It's, you know, it's the energy things. It's, you know, there's lots going on. But finding that balance to work with all of them, not just one, or feeling stuck. So I think you're also dealing with energy in someone who probably does feel stuck. Because again, it's the full moon in Capricorn, and it is about responsibility. It's a lot of things, but that life purpose too could have to do with your finances. And Capricorn rules finances and your life purpose. So there could be somebody coming into your life. I mean, there could, like, even with work, you could lose a job, or your finances aren't going so well when it comes to work. That's because it's time for you to do something else. You have a life purpose. You're meant to do something else. You're not meant to stay where you're at. You know what I mean? Especially say somebody made a lot of money. That was probably already taken, you know, in the sense of like, hey, this business isn't going to work for you anymore. It's time to transition out of it and get into a new one. You know, and it's Capricorn. It's like you have that security to build something new. So build it. You have the time to build it, the finances to build it, whatever it may be, build it. You know, it's Capricorn. It's not here to make you miserable. It's here to get you back on track. So I love you guys. I gotta head to the store and go buy more baby food and stuff, because now they're ours. So I gotta go stock up on some stuff. I love you guys, and maybe I'll come out later when I'll come live with the birds when I bring them outside for a little while. Okay? So we shall see you then. I love you. Have a fabulous rest of your day. Bye, guys.